December 31st, 2023, New Year's Eve camping trip. Boondocking at Big Hill Lake, horse trails, no power. We're gonna unload. Alright, so the tent setup, we stuck 2 blankets on top to try to hold some heat in, and a tarp. And I can tell you it's working. It's a lot warmer in here than it was outside. So I got a new addition from last time. One, I've painted everything, and that's not the color it's going to stay with. It's going to have an ivory over the top, which is a chalk paint, and then sand through to make it look kind of antique. But we still got to finish unpacking. But here's a new addition I made under the bed. Of course, the bed wasn't here last time. Right about there, we've got a table. Alright, so we're set up. She's just been sitting here watching TV, and we got everything out and organized. We got our table. This is how it looks when you're sitting, so we can cook. This slides back in if we want to close it up and stay warm. We got 2 blankets, shipping blankets on top, 1 wool and 1 not, and then a tarp over top, because really this hatchback tent is not very waterproof. I don't expect it to rain, but it is supposed to get to 24 degrees. And as you can see, her hands and feet are cold, so we're gonna bust out the heated vest soon. The heater's on low. We got the cutest 3-pound propane tank you've ever seen in your life. Let me get some light. I'll edit. Check that out. Sorry about the flashing. It's LED. Cutest little thing ever. Let's see if this one's any better. Yeah, that doesn't flash. That's better. There we go. Creed. So, yeah. We got a car coming, but let me do a quick tour real quick. Yeah, we've got our bed. Everything's painted black. Like I said, it's going to be ivory, but we need something to sand through. We got our EcoFlow Delta over here, some of our cooking stuff, our computer, so it'll look like about like that watching TV. We have a Mr. Buddy. The sink is in, but the faucet's not hooked up. I haven't even received it yet. The light's installed. Counter space for cooking. We can move the cooktop in here. Doors to the front of the van. There's another exit there. It's kind of tight, but you can reach up here and you got your controls to exit. And I currently have foam insulation over the windows. But here's the view going back. So welcome to our tiny home on New Year's Eve. We're gonna make what, nachos and what? Just homemade nachos from scratch, and I think that's it. We have a treat for breakfast though, and that'll be good. I don't know. Maybe I'll take you on a tour down the horse trails later. She didn't want to get out. It's too cold out there. The current temperature in here is 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 44% humidity. Pretty nice up here, hon.
It's too bad it's not warm down here.
Well, heat don't fall. I can see your breath. Alright. Well, this is our campsite, and I hope the Boya mic sounds good, but we won't know till we get home. So I just wanted to show you our little primitive looking tent camp. The volunteer came by and I made sure we could camp here. Of course, we're already set up and there's no fees, but yeah, it's pretty nice. We've got bathrooms up that way if you want them. We have our own portable. The horse trails are over there. You have a fire ring, picnic table. So it's December 31st, and I'll tell you later how cold it is. I don't have my phone with me. We are going to take a little walk down the trail over here. So I'm at the head of the horse trail, and I suppose if you want to read all this and you have a big enough screen, you can pause it, screenshot it, whatever you got to do. Over here it says Cherryville Camp to West Ray Bridge, 4.5 miles. I am absolutely not going that far, but I will take you a ways down there. And I just found my other battery pack. It was in my coat pocket. Sorry if it's a little rough walking. It's on a giant tripod and it's got a lot of weight to it. That's kind of cool down there. Got Big Hill Lake. A little slanted for horses, but I guess they can handle it. That's pretty nice. I've got long johns on, jeans, waterproof shoes, and a hoodie, and my jacket and a beanie, and I'm perfectly fine. Huh, I just seen a white-tailed deer running out of there. Doesn't look like a person in a white jacket, but no, it was a white-tailed deer. I don't know if I caught it on film. Being kind of noisy for that stuff. So it looks like they've got the trail marked. There it is again. Can you see it? See it running? Whitetail jumping up and down. It just stopped running. Yeah, it's just running away. As I was saying, apparently they have the trail marked with paint on the trees, as you can see. So I left Sue back at camp watching videos. That's pretty, because she's cold. So I'm not going to go very far. But I definitely wanted to see what this was about. And we'll come back here this spring and we'll hike these trails. Give you all good luck. But by the way, the volunteer said I don't see any problem with tents. No campers allowed. Although some of those horse trailers people have are just absolute campers. So, but anyway, there's no fee here. I try to find the no fee spots. There was a few spots back with power. I imagine they were $21 a night. And if I had a cord, I could run electric heat. But that's not the point. The point is to make it off grid. My solar shorted out, I think, when I was building the counters and installing the diesel heater. Either the diesel heater shorted out and screwed things up, because I had power in the body of the van. When I hooked up the ground to the van, I had sparks, and that's not normal. It even went as far as burning all the insulation off the wire, and I had to rip it out suddenly. So then I was having trouble with my Vivo or whatever MPPT solar charger. So it said the battery was bad or something. It wouldn't charge because the battery. And we went a quarter of a mile. So anyway, I'm gonna turn around, and I checked everything, and so either the diesel heater, which I never could get to light, it did work. It would light for a split second. But either something's wrong with that, and it obviously is because it won't light. Or, just to be safe, I decided to disconnect the positive lead to the solar panel. It wasn't charging anyway. The charge controller could be bad. Or, I highly suspect, or at least I thought I did, that possibly I drove a screw through the positive lead and into the body of the fan. There's nothing shorted out, nothing smoked, but I disconnected that just to be safe. Well, I got to looking at the lines, the ones I could still see. Everything looks fine, so maybe I should have disconnected the power. I already had the ground loose, but the power to the diesel heater and tried to see if that helped. But you know, it's cloudy. I mean, it's a typical winter day. The wind's blowing. You know, it might be 30 to 35 degrees, something like that, Fahrenheit. But it wouldn't have charged much anyway, so I slapped it on the battery charger. It's a 1 amp trickle charger, so I got as much juice as I could. So we'll be conserving electricity where we can. I still have a full EcoFlow Delta, sorry. I tend to call it that, but so I know it'll run a heat blanket all night, as you saw in my last video. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. That was our Christmas camp. Well, no, that was before Christmas. So anyway, it was just winter boondocking, and this is New Year. As I promised during my comments that I would do a New Year's Eve camp. So here we are, and I'm gonna stop babbling for a little bit. I may edit most of this out, but who knows. But there's that view. I'm gonna head back to camp, start making some dinner. Alright, so I'm pretty out of shape, half-mile walk and going back uphill. I'm a little winded. I will work on that, but we are back to camp, so let's go get set up for dinner. We are gonna get dinner ready, and I wanted to show you this cool little Ozark Trails kit I got. Which happens to have, well, just about everything you could think of. Spoons, forks, knives, spatula, tongs, whisk, measuring cup, and spices. You add the spices. It's got stuff for ketchup and mustard and scratch pads. So. But what I'm after is a cutting board. I have a good knife. We gave me the tortillas. Well, we're frying our own chips today, so it's gonna take some time, but we have time. Quite a bit of it. Far right. And toss. Thank you. Huh?
God, those are heavy.
You top one of our bowls. I can put these in something. So what I like to do to save some time. No, on the left. With the bowls I just washed the stickers off of. Top left, on top of the very high, right there. Bowl, plate, thing. I just need one. Alright. So, I like to cut as many as I can at once. There's one. Turn it. Then you've got all those It's going to take an insanely long time to fry all these. Will you hand me the oil and the cast iron, please?
I don't know what a cast iron is.
Up top on the very bottom, right under the plates.
I don't even get all this down before you start.
Because you're sitting there. And we might be making too many, but these are fixing to go bad, so we're just gonna probably make them all. Oh, will you do something about that, please?
It's really dusty. You might want to wipe it off.
You got the paper towels. No, make sure there's no little sticky ball right in the middle of that little waxy thing.
Oh, this is brand new.
Yeah, it's brand new.
I should have taken one of mine.
And we got our little camp stove. Alright, I'm gonna get things warming up here. Turn it down a bit. So we got something new we've never tried. It's Wesson's canola oil. It's, well, anyway, it's supposed to be cholesterol free. I don't. What did it say?
It says cholesterol free right in front of you. Down there in the little.
Zero trans fat, cholesterol free. We were gonna get that corn oil that they advertise on TV. I wanted to get it, but we didn't. So, okay, so I'm gonna pour, I don't know, about 3/4 of a bottle just to get it even and deep enough. My table is not 100% flat. So what do we have? Honey, can you tell them?
We have chips, steak, beans. We have a salsa thing we bought from Walmart. That's it, right?
Mm.
Cheese. We have cheese.
Yeah, cheese. And snacks.
Yeah.
And grab that pack of breakfast thing. I wanna. Oh. No, it's on the counter. It should be on. Oh, I'm wrong. I can put this back. I don't think I'm gonna cook it all. I thought I was. And that's a.
That's a lot.
So we have just out of the camping aisle at Walmart, Montana House Adventure Meals breakfast skillet. We're gonna try this in the morning, even though we have another treat, cinnamon rolls. And I can't remember the guy's name, but he was building a cabin and camping with his young boys, and he put cinnamon roll dough on a stick and cooked it over the fire, and then put the frosting on top. And yeah, I just thought it looked pretty good, so we're gonna try that. Let's see if this oil. Nope, we're not there yet. I guess I could cut the steak up.
You can.
Will you hand me that? It's on the right side of the cooler on the high spot. The downside to this camper is I cannot squeeze by her, so you have to have some communication.
Give me them wipes.
With lights.
Wipes.
They're not open yet. We did remember baby wipes this time though.
Like the cut or how we've been
Yeah,
doing
like if we cut it.
Yeah, I fried them, and then what did I make out of it last time? Oh, I made the
No,
beef
not.
and broccoli.
Yeah, but have we ever fried them in oil?
No. Well, I've done 4.
I wonder how that would be. If I make strips and fry them.
Well, most of the time you cook them in advance, and then you just throw them on the fire and see if they're not. I'll Google it again.
Yeah. Please. So there's no spring to the tongs that it came with. It's kind of like chopsticks. I guess I should let that drip. Just got in a hurry to get these out. Luckily, my wife likes crunchy. They are not burnt, but they are going to be crunchy. So this is a very labor-intensive meal, but we are camping, and it's January 31st, so we have nothing but time. It's honestly pretty cold and windy outside, and it's not pleasant. So we kind of planned a meal. We were going to prep this beforehand and decided not to. Whatever. So it may not be that dark outside, but because we used the tarp and blankets over the tent, I'm having to use lights just to be able to see. And because it's winter, we also we took siding insulation, 1-inch siding insulation, and put it over all the glass. So really there's no light coming in, but that's fine. It's a cloudy day anyway, you know, so nothing missed. So I'm cutting this beef hanger steak up we got from Coffville Farm and Feed, right? Right, honey?
Yeah.
And we're gonna dice it, shred it, and fry it because we have this grease handy. Before we get rid of this grease, then we warm up the refried beans, and then we'll be ready to go.
Shred the cheese.
Yeah, we'll have to shred the cheese. We have a block of cheese. This is a very labor-intensive meal, but that's it. We've got all the meat diced up. Salt it, pepper it, and these little spice containers came with that kit from Walmart, so it's pretty cool. We got garlic. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, and then what is this, cumin or cumin?
Yes.
No, cumin.
I think that's chili pepper.
Chili peppers, and then this one's what?
That's Greek seasoning.
Greek. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna blend this up. Smells good. I've got the heat turned down a bit. We're not frying hot. I wanted to fry it kind of slow. Baby wipes. We got that cooking slow.
Remember when you were, oh, you probably didn't have it, but when I was a kid, I used to have toy cooking wear, and this is what they're all
It really does look like little kid dollhouse utensils. Alright, I'm gonna clean this up while that soaks in that grease. So I got Dawn spray. Alright, I believe it's done, and I just checked the weather. It's about 7:15 and it's 33 degrees outside. We're gonna turn the heat off. And what'd you say it was in there?
91.
93 degrees up
Oh
there.
no, it's 99 now.
99. So she's been in there watching, what is it?
Jamie French.
Jamie French. If you guys haven't seen her, check her out on YouTube.
Comedian.
She's, yeah, comedian.
Or, I don't know.
Drained my grease. Got my can opener and vegan refried pinto beans. I guess you say it's sweet, made with organic beans. And at least we remembered buy a can opener for the camper. This is only our second trip. If you guys haven't seen our first video, go check it out. What's it called? Winter boondocking. So we're gonna warm up the refried beans, and then we got some cheese. Get this lit. The wind's really picking up outside. See the tent flapping. Turn that down low. I may need like a plastic knife. It's kind of like dog food.
Where's that spatula at?
I think right here, but I don't.
I mean, I can get you a knife.
Yeah,
but
please. Out of the
Right
kit. That's better. That looks like dog food. So
No, the dog food's covered in gravy. That's not even covered.
well, the solid version that we used to give my dog back growing up. Probably determined it wasn't good for him.
I don't know. It was probably better for him in the 90s than it is now.
Alright, so we're going to chop this up a bit. I'm actually going to throw that part away.
What's wrong with it?
It's.
Oh. They had an air bubble.
And we're going to grate our cheese right over the top.
Is it called panko? Where you have tomatoes and onions and peppers? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it says right there on the container if you want to get it out. It is mild pico de gallo. Now I let the grease drip, but there's still grease coating this pan, so it's still refried beans.
You could probably put some flavor on them.
Season them? What do you want on them?
Put everything but sugar.
Okay. Now, we loaded these and did not label them.
You can smell them.
Pepper. Salt. Garlic.
It's
Unknown.
paprika and I think
Hot. Seasoning finished. And my battery died. What was the last one? Like allspice.
Oh, it's great seasoning.
Great seasoning. Well, this is much less like dog food. I'll put some beans. Smear it around a bit. And then I'm shredding some cheese on top of those hot beans. worst case, I got a little trick.
I don't know. That's enough beans. I don't want that much.
I'm sorry. You know I'm gonna wind up eating this food anyway. How much cheese?
That's probably enough.
That's it. Turn the gas on. Little flame going. I'm trying not to make contact. I'm just warming it up. Because obviously we don't have a microwave out here.
We don't have a microwave at home.
Yeah, we don't even have a microwave at home.
You have to do that at home if you want that.
Look at that. Now, this is a plastic bowl, so
But they don't melt them.
the guile smeared around. You want it just in the corner?
Yeah, that's right.
A bunch, a little?
About 2 scoops. Oh, I know you won't want it, but I got hot sauce.
Yeah, I don't want it. Well, we are set up for the evening. I can't see you. We're in here set up for the evening. We got it closed down. Nothing but the pilot light on the Mr. Buddy. And we do have a carbon monoxide detector in here. And the vent hood, if you see my other video, has constant holes in it. So the heat does pull through. It's currently 70 degrees in here. And I have no idea how cold it is outside, but I'm sure it got colder. Dinner was good. We were going to make some hot chocolate, but the water is outside and in the tent, and we can't exit that way. I put the curtain up. So next time we get up and go to the bathroom or whatever, we'll fill the teapot with water. But yeah, it's cozy. We'll set the bed goes out for bedtime, and then we have 2 sleeping bags and 2 heating blankets. Should be just fine. I'll have to let you know if it gets any cooler in here with just the pilot light in our bodies, but I don't think it will. What do you think of dinner?
It's good. My hair keeps getting pulled by all this.
Yeah, because I don't have the trim up. And the white will be smoother than this flat.
Yeah. I know it will.
And I'm going to put some trim here and there and here.
It's a lot more comfortable than I thought it was going to be.
I have to. It's definitely bigger when it was brighter, like the wood color.
I thought it was smaller than.
You like black makes it look bigger?
No, we need to definitely paint it white.
Yeah, we got white. We might need more. We got 3 of the little chalk jugs.
And then you got to seal it because it'll chip.
After we sand it.
Yeah.
But right here, the edge of the sink is right here, and I designed this table high enough that I can open the top and get into the fridge. Unfortunately, I decided to turn the pan around when there was nothing under there. There's not enough room for the water jug, and there's not enough room to open the fridge. So I'm gonna probably have to take this out and replace it and repaint it and turn the sink this way like I originally planned. I just don't, I spent 300 hours building this camper in a matter of 5 weeks or so. Five 3-day weekends, and it was a little taxing, so I got tired.
It doesn't really bother me. I've been going in and out of that fridge the whole time, and
Yeah.
I didn't get anything. I want out of it.
Yeah, until you got something bigger,
Like a ham?
yeah. Go to the bathroom. We'll fill this with water.
I thought you were going to say when we go through the bathroom, go to the bathroom.
No, we don't have a pee pot in here.
Oh, old school latrine.
There's no room for the emergency toilet in here, so it is in the kitchen / bathroom, I guess, because that's our tent. Well, our tent, but that's our kitchen. This is our kitchen too. We could cook in here, and you could stand outside. You could open that door and stand outside and cook. It's just my spigot didn't come in with my. It's a water pump, 5-volt USB charge device.
You should have left this open until we were ready to go to bed, and then we could have just gone in and out.
It was cold out there. My feet were cold.
Well, you could leave this curtain shut and then leave the door open.
Cold air was rushing.
Yeah, but then we don't have to.
We can change it. Yeah, we're learning.
We're learning what makes me uncomfortable.
So, but yeah, it's what? I don't know if that says what time it is. I don't know where your phone went. My phone's outside, so I can get the internet.
It's 6:46. Oh yeah, I don't have my glasses on. They were back there.
It's
8:46.
8:46.
I can't see.
And you can see it's 70 degrees. 73 was the high and 66 is the low, and that's like within the last, I think it resets every hour. For a while there it was 33 and 100. 33 was the low and 100 was the high. From, I guess, the drive down here, and then because it's indoor temperature only.
Does that take every 24 hours?
It's constant.
The low
The
and
high
the
and low,
high.
I think it's a couple hours. But do you?
Oh.
In case you're wondering, we have a $10 a month. We use Cricket for our phone service, and it's $10 a month for I think 5 gigs. But they don't shut you down when you hit 5 gigs. They just slow you down. So
Yeah, they slow you down a lot.
So my phone gets signal out there in the tent, so I've got my phone on a battery pack out there in the tent, and we're streaming Wi-Fi in here for other devices, so it works pretty good. I told Sue that we should have immediately checked when we're looking for campsites, make sure we have cell phone signal, and I outright forgot, until the tent was set up, and I didn't want to move. So
we got cell phone.
Yeah, we had to find the sweet spot. But for future reference, we really need to know what our cell signal is, because this is winter camping, and I know you guys might think we're weird for watching TV, but what else you gonna do? It's below freezing outside.
I don't think we're weird. I think everybody else does. It's so accessible to us.
And in the winter here in southeast Kansas, at this point in time, it gets dark at 5 o'clock. Which means it gets cold at 5 o'clock, so. Well, we're gonna get things situated, and I'll let you know how the hot chocolate goes. Got our adventure done. We went out and got water. And now, as you can see, it's almost boiling, so make me a cup of hot cocoa for the New Year's Eve bash. We still got, it's 9:15. Got a long way to go. Carefully. As if it's not humid enough in here as it is. That tent is sweating something fierce. Happy New Year's, guys. We're old and tired, so we're probably gonna listen to these videos and fall asleep to them. So we're gonna turn the lights off now. But wanted to say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, good morning. We slept great. This thing is pretty comfortable. I've already been outside. Had to go use the restroom, so that's why I have my coat on. It's 28 degrees outside. We woke up and it was 58 degrees in here with nothing but the pilot light. So perfectly comfortable under the sleeping bags. Not really bundled up in them. And as you can see, it's a mess. So we're going to clean up and maybe make some coffee and then go let these dogs out. You can see we got the water hot. I'm going to make some French press coffee while we're getting a little cold. Not near as cold as last time. It's 28 degrees. It was 24 and windy last time. It's actually 28 and no wind. It's not bad. Ow, that lid's hot. We're gonna need some more water. Let that soak about 6 minutes or so, but we're gonna add more water. And more water boiling, top the coffee off, and I told you we'd try this, so we're gonna try this. And in case you're wondering, the Mr. Buddy is lit and the burner's lit. And we have a curtain at the back of the van. The hatch is actually lit.
Your unit has not recently detected carbon monoxide. No further action is required. You are protected by NOx safety.
It says, open the package, remove the oxygen absorber, and carefully add 1 1/4 cups of boiling water. Stir carefully and close it. I need a spoon. Stirred it. I did add some salt and pepper. See how it goes. It's a little runny because I can't measure it. It's not bad.
I don't want any.
Let's try a bite for me.
Oh, man. I don't want to. I don't want to.
That's just egg. A spoonful.
No. Yeah, it's fine.
Not touching by your facial expression.
It's really wet.
It is really wet. We need to add a small measuring device. I wonder if these are half a cup.
I think that's a little bit more than half a cup.
Well, I'm gonna get this scarf down and tear everything down. Get back. We were on our way out of town, and I just thought I'd film the old train station here in Cherryville real quick. Used to be a working train station. Pretty cool though. I think they use it as a Oklahoma, Southeast Kansas and Oklahoma Railroad. But, all right, now we're gonna head home.